Have you ever stood up to give a presentation or a speech and then suddenly your mind has gone blank? Look, it happens to the best of us, and it's something that can be easily fixed without you worrying about it or becoming embarrassed or humiliated. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips that you can use anytime if you ever go blank in the middle of a speech or a presentation. Stay tuned. Q&A Tuesday, all your voice questions answered. Hi, I'm Elisa James, voice and presentation coach and the founder of the Voice of Confidence public speaker training program. I work with speakers and actors and singers all over the world, and I can tell you unequivocally that pretty much everyone goes blank from time to time. Yes, everyone. The reason is usually one of 2 things. First, we could get distracted by something and completely lose our train of thought. Or we go into fight or flight and our neocortex, the thinking and analyzing part of the brain, totally checks out. Neither of those is good. So I'm going to show you how to fix both of them right now. You ready? Tip number 1, connect. If you caught somebody's eye in the audience or got distracted by something outside of your presentation, the first thing you need to do is stop. But don't panic. Whatever caught your attention, I want you to go back to that focus for 1 or 2 seconds and let your mind catch up. You see, when we're starting to panic, we go into fight or flight, and that usually stops our breathing, and that kills the blood and the oxygen flow to the brain, impairing your ability to think clearly. So you have to take your time, gather your thoughts, look the audience in the eye without going into stress. That will actually build connection and rapport with your audience. And a little tip, it builds a little tension in the air too, and tension makes people pay more attention. And that's always a good thing. Tip number 2, ground yourself. When you forget what you're going to say, the very first thing you need to do while you gather your thoughts is to ground yourself. Now, the best way to do that is twofold. First, wriggle your toes to get the focus as far away from the heart and the lungs as possible. You see, when we go into fight or flight, the blood and the oxygen go to the heart and the lungs primarily, so we can run faster or fight better. But when we intellectually understand this, we can start to focus on the point farthest away from our heart and our lungs. For example, our toes. And when we do that for a minute or 2, the fight or flight mechanism is quickly disarmed and your brain can begin to function properly again. Now, secondly, when we go into fight or flight, we usually hold our breath, which makes the situation even worse. So while you're wriggling your toes, take a deep belly breath to bring the oxygen back into your brain, which will help you focus more quickly and help you get back on point. Now, here's a super tip for professional speakers. While you're doing all those things, you can always deflect back to the audience and ask them to do something, like a quick writing exercise, or get them to high-five the person next to them so they're interacting more with each other. You see, deflecting your attention back to the audience will give your body, the speaker's body, time to calm down even more and refocus your brain and your attention. And the audience will never know. Tip number 3, stay authentic. When you suddenly forget what you were going to say, you can always be honest about it. Instead of looking down and feeling embarrassed and showing how uncomfortable you are, it's much better to be honest, vulnerable, and authentic instead. Look at someone in the audience, fess up, tell them that you forgot what you were going to say, and ask someone in the audience, where were we? What were we talking about? If they've been really paying attention and they're truly interested in the topic that you're speaking about, someone at least will be able to prompt you. That honesty will build more trust and rapport with your audience too, and help frame you as an authentic and engaging speaker. Nobody likes a fake. Authenticity is key. So just be yourself and stop worrying about getting everything perfect. There is no perfect. You're a human being, and human beings make mistakes. So be real, be you, and go and change people's lives with your message. I hope you enjoyed this short training today. If you need to improve your public speaking skills for business, check out the free guide in the description box below this video. It's called Why People Don't Listen and How to Change That in 5 Simple Steps. It's a really handy guide that'll help you speak more confidently and competently as a public speaker. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.